we go. Today we're talking about solving right triangles. We're solving for angles and we're solving for sides. And for the first couple problems, 1 through 5, we're going to be solving for the nearest tenth, whether it be a side or whether it be a degree. And let's do this now. Let's do this. So you're given a triangle, right? Okay, so what is this side called? Good, because it's opposite the angle. Very nice, guys. And this one opposite the right angle is always called the what? Nope. Called the hypotenuse, not the adjacent. Okay. So now take a look. You got the opposite side, you got the hypotenuse. Which one are we going to be using? Sine, cos, or tan? Sine for so. Sine equals the sine of, and I want you to write this down exactly as it appears on the board. I'm working on improving everybody's work on their papers. The sine of 32 degrees, and I put it like that because that's what it looks like on your calculator, equals the opposite side x over 12. Over 12. Now what do you do? Yeah, sine 32 is the same thing as sine 32 over 1. We're cross multiplying it up. And everybody wants to know, how do you do that? Do not multiply 32 times 12. That's 12 times the sine of 32 equals x. So you break out your calculators. Do me a favor. Everybody hit the mode button. You got to make sure your calculator's in degree mode. We'll talk about what a radian measure is in about 2 weeks. But for the meantime, we're just dealing with degrees. So then all you do is type in 12 sine 32, hit enter. How much is that side? Good. Diamond, which is 6.4. We don't want to yell out today because I want to ask certain people certain questions. And we're going to use the approximate symbol because we round it. New stuff. New stuff. Oh my gosh. Well, if you're in physics, you've seen this before. Maybe in 9th grade you've seen it. You probably just haven't seen the words for it. This is what we learned yesterday. Sine, cos, and tan. And these are used when you're trying to solve for a side. But sometimes you know the sides and you want the angle. So you have to use what's called the arc sine, the arc cosine, and the arc tangent to do that. Those buttons are located on your calculator right above the sine, cos, and tan normal buttons. And take a look. These guys are the inverses of the original. At its very core, what does it mean to be the inverse? That's the reciprocal. 1 over it means the reciprocal. The inverse, Max? No. It's not the negative version. That would just be like the negative of it. To be the inverse of something means to have your x and y perfectly switched. And take a look. In the original, theta would be x, and this fraction over here would be y, the sides. And in the inverse, the sides are over here, and theta's on the other side. Do you get it? A little bit? Inverse. Switch x and y. Okay. So these guys are the inverse. Arc sine, arc cosine, arc tan. So we're going to do 5 questions, and then I'm going to give you your homework. This is the second question. Notice the placement of the x. The x is in the angle spot. So what do you think you're going to use? Are you going to use arc or are you going to use normal? You're going to use arc of whatever trig function you need for this particular situation. I'll give you a minute to think about that. Which one are we going to choose? Angie, help me out. Label up these sides for me. This side over here, let me get a good color. Good color. Yep. This side over here, that's 11. What is that in relation to the angle? Opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse? You're the best, girl. And what about that 8.4 up over here? Yeah, it's the adjacent. And you got opposite and adjacent, so which kind of function are you going to use? SOHCAHTOA. Is it sine? Is it cosine? Is it tangent? Very nice, girl. We're going to use the tan. And because we're looking for an angle, we're going to use arctan. So arctan of 11 divided by 8.4, the two sides, equals the angle. Okay. Okay. So what's the angle, Diamond? Second tan What's up? Yep, to the nearest tenth, buddy. Yep, 52.6. Good job. Good job. Diamond, what do you think? You never saw this before. Is this easy or hard? Easy. Okay. Guys, new one. Question number 3. Have a go. Notice where the x is. The x is outside. It's about a side. So which one do you think we're going to use? Arc or normal? Normal. Good. Angie, you brought up a good point, girl. My bad. I forgot to put the right angle in there. All right, let's do this. Let's do this. I mean, the first thing we got to do to label up the sides I'm sorry, the first thing we got to do to solve the problem is label up the sides. Alicia. X is adjacent. And what about this one? This is a hypotenuse. And so we got adjacent, we got hypotenuse. Which one of the functions we using? You are amazing, girl. Cosine. Let's cosine it up. Let's cosine it up. The cosine of 28 degrees equals the adjacent side over the hypotenuse. You know, we do the same thing like we did before. Let's cross multiply it up. Booyah, booyah. 16.7 times the cosine of 28 equals x. And Malik, how much did x manage to be? Good. X happens to be 14.7. You want to try something hard? Check this out. Try that one. It looks exactly the same, and that's what you have to be careful of. But I'm telling you right now, this one is harder than the other ones. For one silly reason. McCarm! McCarm, help me out, girl. What's this side right here? Girl, what's this one down over here? This is the adjacent. And now, which one are we using? We're using cosine. So the cosine of 41.3 equals 19.6 over x. Now, McCarm, tell me what's up. Yep. We've got to cross multiply still, but we're going to get something that's really annoying. People are always like, how do you do x times the cosine of 41.3? You do it just like this. You don't? Now we're going to divide. But just like our log chapter, right? Some people literally divided the word log each side and nothing more, and then they crossed out log. It doesn't work like that. You can't just divide by the word cosine. You have to, you got to divide by cosine 41.3. Okay, you got to do that. These reduce, and you're just going to be left with the fact that x is approximately, let's do this, man, let's do this. 19.6 divided by the cosine of 41.3 is 26.1 to the nearest tenth. You ready? You ready? We're stepping it up another notch. One more time before you guys get your homework. One more time. Are you ready? Or are you still taking stuff down? Okay, we'll pause because people are still taking stuff down. Stepping it up. Don't freak out. Oh, oh, oh. Really? Let me just fix this. That angle is supposed to be x, and for anybody confused, what they're talking about is that this length right here is 5.2. Okay? So good luck. Yeah. That's okay, Alicia. We're gonna let you go. I gotta give my let's bring back geometry a little bit. Guys, what kind of shape is that? Rhombus. Did you ever hear rhombuses? Rhombuses are just drunken squares. Yeah, why? No, rhombuses are drunken squares because they're squares that are a little tipsy. Get it? They're tipped over. This particular rhombus is having a great old St. Patrick's Day, right? Look at it. Man, it's having a great time. Okay, anyways. Sorry, Bill. Was that offensive to you? I apologize. I apologize, man. Bill, what's these slash marks mean? They mean congruent. So this side over here is 18.6. And here's the other thing I got for you, right? Let me just redraw that triangle for a second. Here's my right angle, right? I want to know how much this angle is x. I told you that this side over here was 18.6. Tell me some of the things that you know about rhombuses that you remember. Alicia? Yep. Yeah, opposite angles are the same. Yep. Yep. Good. Yeah, the diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other. So this is also worth 5.2. Alicia, you're really good at geometry. Okay, let's pick somebody else out so that's random. Tiana. Tiana, girl, how much is 18.6? I'm not how much is it? I'm sorry. What's the label of the side? What kind is it? Good. And what about 5.2? Very nice. So which trig function are we going to use? Arc cosine. So arc cos of 5.2 divided by 18.6 equals x. Plug that into your calculator. Tell me how much x is. It's going to be 73.8. What do you guys think? Any questions? Any questions? Let me give you your homework for tonight. Please do not pack up. You have 7 minutes. I want you to work on it. Okay? Yeah. I want you to solve all of these 3 questions to the nearest tenth. Good luck.